How's everyone doing today? It's your boy JJ Domination. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to like and subscribe for more content. I'm still a little under the weather. You know how allergies work. It just takes a while to get over. We're going to be talking about, what is this, day 4 of the NBA playoffs? Or, yeah, like day 4. Yeah, day 4 of the NBA playoffs. We have a couple of games that we have to cover, of course. You guys seem to be showing some decent love, man. Some really good love when it comes to the NBA videos, so keep it up. The J&A podcast should be out probably Thursday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. It should be out Thursday. The Seahawks video will be out Friday, but don't worry, the NBA videos will still be uploading daily as well throughout the first round. But we have 3 games we got to cover. The first one being the Toronto Raptors versus the Orlando Magic. The Toronto Raptors bounced back in a big way with a 111-82 victory. For the Orlando Magic, they just struggled to shoot, man. Shooting only 37% from the floor and 26% from 3. That's not going to win a whole lot of games. Their big performers were Aaron Gordon, who shot 8 for 12, 3 of 5 from 3. He was the only guy who was really consistent on the court. And then, of course, Terrence Ross off the bench with a 15-point outing. Other than that, DJ Augustin, like the hero of Game 1 with 25 points, shot the ball really well. He only shot 1 for 6. He did score 9 points because, free throws will, rack up some points. That's really about it. Then you go over to Toronto, Kawhi Leonard, big game, very efficient, 37-point game for him. And Kyle Lowry, how is Kyle Lowry going to respond after the 0-point performance he put up in Game 1? Well, he scored 22 points in Game 2, and he played the most minutes of any Raptors player on the court. Shot 8 of 13, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. And then, of course, Pascal Siakam chipped in with 19, and Serge Ibaka off the bench chipping in with about 13 points right there. Danny Green scored 0 points. He was the one starter that scored 0 points, but, 6 rebounds and I guess 2 assists and solid defense will get it done. So, Toronto, of course, getting their momentum back. That's something you definitely wanted to see, because that was a shocking loss that they had in their home court for Game 1, and I think now it's like business as usual. They're just trying to take care of stuff, because, when you get upset in Game 1, it's how do you bounce back, and they found the way to bounce back. Alright, the second game we're going to be covering is Denver versus San Antonio. This game is actually on NBA TV, right slap dab in the middle of the Toronto-Orlando game, and part of it was still going on while Portland and OKC were getting on the court. I understand they had to make the schedule in a certain way, but couldn't they have found a way to not have this game overlap the other two? I guess not really, but they could have figured it out. Denver ended up winning 114-105. Remember, they lost Game 1, so it was all about how were they going to respond for Game 2. Well, they had 4 20-point scorers or more. Paul Millsap chipped in with 20 points. Nikola Jokic had 21 points and 13 rebounds to go along with 8 assists. Jamal Murray, who struggled entering the fourth quarter. He only entered the fourth quarter with 3 points. He comes out the other side with 24 points, including 21 in the fourth quarter. Hit some big-time shots down the line. And then, of course, Gary Harris with 23 points. And Monte Morris chipped in with 11 points off the bench. And, by the way, Denver, much improved shooting compared to the other teams we talked about. 48% from the floor, 41% from 3. San Antonio had a bad shooting night from 3. We're going to talk about them later. They're actually the best 3-point shooting team when it comes to percentage. They just don't take as many shots as necessary, and I think this could be a reason for it. Not saying it is, but this could be. LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan combined for 55 points. DeRozan with 31, LaMarcus Aldridge with 24. It's really the bench, man. Nobody off the bench except Marco Bellinelli was able to score. Everyone else, it was kind of meh. 17 points from Derek White. That was huge. They just couldn't finish the game out. Denver, of course, in their home court, got the momentum. They only shot 28% from three, which isn't good. But normally that's not what you're going to see from San Antonio on a night-to-night basis. This series is very interesting. Now, me personally, I did pick the San Antonio Spurs to win the series because I just feel like the experience will overwhelm the young talent. But it's good to see that Denver, cooler heads are prevailing. They seem to be doing pretty good, and that's what you want to see. And then finally, we are going to go ahead and get to the Portland versus OKC series. Portland won again. This series is getting really ugly. I am a Thunder fan. These are two teams that, last postseason came off of two disappointing first-round exits. Somebody has to leave in the first round this time. I thought for OKC this would be an easier matchup. No use of Nurkic. They should be able to dominate inside, but Lillard, like I said, putting the squad on his back. And CJ McCollum had a big game as well, but we'll get to him in a second. Paul George, a better shooting night. You'd like to see him shoot better from three because he only went 2 of 7. You'd like to see that, be like 4 of 7 maybe. But he had 27 points. Westbrook, 14 points and 11 assists, 9 rebounds, so he didn't get the triple-double. I'm not liking the way he's shooting, though. 5 of 20, 1 of 6 from 3. Westbrook has to take better shots, in my opinion. That's something I've always been saying. Like, if I were to have any criticism on Westbrook, it would be he needs to shoot a higher percentage. I don't mind him, being the guy that's doing a little bit of everything. I don't care. I don't think he's a stat patter like a lot of the NBA community seems to think, but my only gripe is he needs to take better shots. It's been that way for about 4 years now. Steven Adams, 16 points, 9 rebounds. He went 7 of 8 from the inside, the paint area, basically. There you go. Off the bench, not really a whole lot going on. Nerlens Noel had 8 points, and that was pretty much it, man. This is a terrible three-point shooting team. They shot 17.9% from three, basically 18% from three, 40% from the field. Now let's go to Portland. Damian Lillard, 29 points, and CJ McCollum, 33 points. Maurice Harkless had a pretty solid game as well at 14. No major scoring outburst on the bench except for Seth Curry with 9 points. This team definitely shoots better, 46% from the floor and 40% from three. The better shooting team is most likely the team that's going to win. Portland has been the better shooting team by a mile. Now, the series does go to Oklahoma City. They get 2 home games. They could very well go up 2-2. It's pretty hard to win in Oklahoma City. Portland, in playoff time, even though last season they got swept, it's still hard to play there as well. But Portland, they've been through a lot, man, and I think if they can steal a game in Oklahoma City, it's probably going to be a wrap because Oklahoma City, shooting-wise, has not shown me anything. You can't shoot damn near 18% from the three-point line and expect to win a game, nonetheless a series. And then for Toronto-Orlando, the first game, I think that was a nice win for Orlando. It was something they definitely needed. I think they're still going to lose the series in like 5 games. And then for Denver and San Antonio, Denver, that was a great response for them. They definitely needed to win those matchups right there, like on the court. And they definitely needed to win that game because, if not, they would have been in some deep shit. They would be in trouble down 2-0 to, the San Antonio Spurs, who, like we said, the more experienced team, but sometimes it's about momentum. It's more than just experience at times. It's about the momentum. But we hope to see, them bounce back or whatever. So some games that'll be happening tonight. As of recording, the Milwaukee Bucks are hosting the Detroit Pistons at 8 o'clock. No Blake Griffin. I don't think Detroit has a chance, so I'll just say Milwaukee wins. At 9:30, we have the Utah Jazz taking on the Houston Rockets. This is going to be a huge game for Utah. I know they're playing in Houston, and when they play in Utah, it's a different game. But, man, they got to do something. They held James Harden to 29 points. Normally, he's going off for 40, 50. So they did a good job holding them under 30, but it's just all the role players were knocking down the shots. So to me, you're going to have to change the game plan up a little bit. We'll see how they respond. I still think Houston's probably going to win. And yeah, those are basically the 2 games. I thought there were 3 games. Maybe I misread it. Oh yeah, there is 3 games. Crap. Boston versus Indiana. They're playing at 7. I missed it. I scrolled down a little too far. But yeah, Boston versus Indiana. It was a low-scoring game, the first game, and it's in Boston. It's a hard place to win. I would not be surprised if the Pacers got the upset, but I think I'm going to make the safe pick and say the home team wins. The Celtics right now, like I said, I know they struggled in game 1, but trust me, when they get to the playoffs, they're a different animal. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know down below what you guys think and who's going to win and all that good stuff. Who do you have advancing to the NBA Finals? And I'll see you around for the next one.